Hi, Desai from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today's book is The Ugly Stepsisters from 1986. So let's get started. Today was the day Cinderella's stepsisters and stepmother was to arrive. Cinderella and Prince Charming waited at the entrance to their castle. There they are, said Cinderella. Now we must be sure to make this a happy visit. After all, I have not seen my stepsisters and stepmother for such a long time. Yes, my love, said the prince. Stepmother, Drusilla, and Anastasia, I am so happy to see you, said Cinderella. My Cinderella, how pretty you look, said the stepmother. Would you send our clothes up right away? The girls must have their beauty rest. We had a, a busy day. Yes, stepmother, whatever you say, said Cinderella. Oh boy, look at all these boxes. It must look as if they are going to stay a long time, Jack said to Gus. Then they hurried after Cinderella to see if they could help. The sisters and their mother went up to rest. Then they came downstairs just in time to eat. Cinderella had ordered the cook to make all the food that stepsister loved. I hope you will be happy here, Cinderella told them. Of course we will be happy here, said the stepmother. Why shouldn't we be happy? She asked. The prince watched them and wondered how could his kind, beautiful Cinderella have such mean and ugly stepsisters. After supper, the sisters and their mother went to their room. Who does Cinderella think she is? She sure was showing off for us, sneered Anastasia. Yes, and I don't think the prince looked very happy, do you? Do you, mother? Asked Drusilla. Don't fuss so. Don't fuss so over Cinderella, my girls. You are both more beautiful than she is," said their mother. "I just know the prince was wishing he had married one of you." Meanwhile, Cinderella and her prince was taking a walk. "I wonder how long they will stay," said the prince. "They don't seem to be very happy even here. If only if only they each had a husband as nice as you," said Cinderella, "then they would be as happy as I am." "I know. Let's surprise them and give them a grand party," said Cinderella. "And we will ask all the fine men in the kingdom to come to it," said the prince. "Oh, yes," cried Cinderella. The next morning, Cinderella called her servants together. She told them about the party. "It's a surprise," she whispered. "Be sure not to let my stepsister know. We'll stay at the party for some very important people." But the stepsister had been hiding at the bottom of the stairs. They heard the word party. What is all this about a party? They wondered. They heard Cinderella say it was a party for important people. The stepsister ran to tell their mother. "Important people, indeed," said the sister to their mother. She just wanted to show off again. "Don't worry, my dear," their mother said. "Just listen to me. I have planned for Cinderella. Important party." The sister listened. Then they laughed. "Oh, what fun," they said. In the library sat the prince and Cinderella. The prince called out the names of every man in the kingdom. For each name, Cinderella wrote an invitation. A servant carried all the invitation into the hall. That night, the sister crept down the stairs to the hall. "We will take care of Cinderella and her party plans, all right. They laughed to each other. Let's just put the invitation in the wrong envelope. Then the guests will be very upset. They will not want to come to the party. Jag and Gus heard the stepsister evil plan. They waited until the sister went back to bed. We don't have a minute to waste, cried Gus. We must put the invitation in order. Our Cinderella party will be ruined, said Jack. Gus and Jack worked all night. At last, the invitation was in order. The next night, the stepsister crept down to the kitchen. A little salt in the sugar, said Anastasia, and a bit of soap in the flour, cried Jedzilla. We will make a lovely cake, the sisters laughed to each other. Then they run to tell their mother what they have done. They did not see Jack and Gus. The food for the party will be ruined, cried Gus. There is only one thing to do, said Jack. We will have to pour out all the sugar and flour. Then, then the cook will have to buy more. Jack and Gus went to work. The next morning, the cook was in for a big surprise. There was sugar and flour everywhere. She hurried to the store to get some more, in time to bake the cake for a Cinderella party. Meanwhile, Cinderella's servants was making beautiful dresses. The dresses was to be part of the stepsister's surprise, but the sister found out about the dresses. They thought the dresses was for Cinderella. The stepsister marched right into the sewing room. These dresses are not good enough for Cinderella, they sneered. These ugly ribbons will have to come off. And what's with that? What with that? The sister ripped up the dresses. Then they left the room. Now Cinderella won't have a single new dress to wear to her party, they laughed. Cinderella came into the sewing room to see how the dresses looked, but there was no new dresses. There were just tatters and rags. Her servant was crying. They told her what had happened. Oh dear, said Cinderella. I am sure my stepsister just wanted to help. Don't worry, I will help you finish the dresses in time. How kind she is, whispered the servants, and how wicked these jealous sisters are. At last, it was the day of the ball. While the servants was setting up the ballroom, the stepsister put their cat to work. He ran through the ballroom and onto the table, placing silverware through the air. Get that cat, the servant shouted. The servant chased the cat all around the castle. Oh my, what a mess, said Cinderella. A servant tried to tell her about the cat. Well, well, don't worry. I will help you clean up. We still have some time before the party, Cinderella said. Cinderella sung as she worked. Soon everyone was happy and smiling. Gus and Jack helped too. At last the ballroom sparkled and shined. Meanwhile, the stepsister was getting ready for the party. How embarrassing Cinderella would be. The guests will laugh at her when they see how her sister dressed for her party, they said. This will teach Cinderella to show off for my girls, said the stepmother. At last, it was time for the party. The guests began to arrive. I heard that Cinderella had two stepsisters, said one duke. I wonder if they are as beautiful as Cinderella, said another. Soon the hall was full of guests. The Duke and waited for Cinderella's sister to come down. The sister came, but the sister and the mother walked to the top of the stairs. Ah, oh no, the guests gasped. They cried out in horror because the stepsister was so ugly. All at once, the men, young and old, ran for the door. They hurried to get away. Oh, there, said Cinderella. I invited all these nice people to meet you, but but who was the very important people? You was given the party for, asked the stepmother. Why, you was, said Cinderella. You and my stepsister. Just then the prince wished Cinderella onto the dance floor. The ugly sister began to cry. It served them right. They are so mean and jealous, said Jack to Gus, and they laughed as they danced the night away. So that was The Ugly Stepsisters from 1986. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. We'll have another video coming out real soon.